Hi, everyone. I hope you had a great weekend. I hope you are pumped and ready for a brand new work week. Mondays are really, really good days to get prepared for the time ahead. And I really want to encourage you as we continue our journey on the topic of relationship. Let's focus today on what's your relationship with yourself. Are you someone who's so judgmental about yourself? Are you someone who's always second guessing your choices? Are you someone who is constantly, today you feel one way, the next second you feel differently? And I really want to give you a framework today to start changing your internal conversations. One of the affirmations that I make over myself these days is the affirmation that I have a sound mind and I make great decisions. I have a sound mind and I make great decisions. And I repeat this to myself over and over and over again. And I drew this affirmation from the Bible. There's a scripture that says that God hasn't given us a spirit of fear, but a spirit of love, power, and a sound mind. So I speak that over myself regularly. I have a sound mind and I make great decisions because I want to train myself to trust my instinct and trust the voice of God and trust that even if I make a mistake, God can work all of those mistakes together for my good. And this is important, especially as we're on the journey through this renew process, where we're going to be looking at our energy, looking at our nutrition, looking at exercise and work. You have to trust that you have a sound mind and you make great decisions. And it doesn't mean that you'll never make mistakes. It doesn't mean that there won't be days where you look back with regret. But it means when you're changing the frame from mistrust to trust, you set yourself up for success. I have found this to be most useful for me in especially in the recent year, as I've made real changes at home, real changes in my business, significant changes not just to my health and wellness, but to business. There are certain clients I don't work with anymore, certain types of opportunities I say no to because I am now beholden to this, that I have a sound mind and I make great decisions. Um, some of you might be thinking, okay, but yeah, well, I don't have a good track record of decision making. That doesn't matter. The goal of this is to reshape the relationship that we have with ourselves instead of being critical of yourself. Yeah, why you did this again? Yeah, why you ate this again? Yeah, why you didn't follow through on this again? I encourage you to start thinking about what are the ways that you can shift the way you fundamentally think to a place of trust so that at the end of every day, you'll have the discernment to know what's right for you in spite of what other people think. I hope this makes sense, and I hope you really begin to embrace these for the remaining days as we deep dive on relationship, because one of the most important fundamental building blocks for this journey is your relationship with yourself. And if you don't trust yourself that you have a sound mind and you make good choices, you might fail before you go any further. Be reminded this week, Tuesday, we have our live call. And on Friday, we have our group coaching call. I can't wait to see you all for the live call. Remember to drink your 2 liters of water. Remember to move for 20 minutes a day. Remember to journal your reflections from this period. And remember that we'll be pairing you with your accountability buddies. So we'll introduce that before our Tuesday meeting kicks off. If you haven't seen a doctor yet, please book a checkup and make sure you understand what's going on in your body before we make drastic changes to our health or nutrition. It's always good to get a sense of what's happening in your body. I'm cheering you on. I'm coming to you live from Chicago, where I'm in the U.S. For this week and next. But I tell you, I was in the airport and was just so thankful that I could still make good choices in spite of what used to be a ceiling over my head in the past. Being in the airport lounge and seeing all the food, or being in different spaces, being able to say no to the airplane food if it didn't meet my requirements. And I tell you, if you want to be a person who makes better choices, it really starts with your internal talk. I have a sound mind and I make great choices. You have a sound mind and you make great choices. God hasn't given you a spirit of fear. He's given you a spirit of love, power, and a sound mind. Begin to affirm that over yourself. Even if you make mistakes, keep affirming, because I see that I'm now living in the reality of all of these things that I've been speaking over myself, that I make good choices for my health, that when they're handing out food that won't nourish my body, I don't participate, even if I'm hungry. It means that I always have something in my bag that I can eat that's better for my body, you know. So this is what I want to set us up for. We're going through this first couple of days really trying to reset our minds and excavate the wrong types of thinking, the wrong types of affirmations, so that we can really build on this journey with good momentum. So, thank you again for tuning in. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll look forward to seeing you Tuesday for our group coaching call. Mwah.